Engaged. Hello? Oh, okay. Theme song, themes. Don't dance. You can't dance to the theme song.
Chicka chicka theme song. Dum, dum. Chicka chicka theme song. Dum, dum. Okay, anyway.
We still need to do cameras.
I know, but
I
now
bought one.
Well, now we might be able to have that happen sooner than later. Since we possibly we might have a Wayfair kid coming or a shed. I'm not sure what we just bought.
Oh my God, if we bought a kid for $60, that would be cool.
They're like, listen, this one's on clearance because nobody wants it.
Clarence.
His name is Clarence.
I want a kid named Clarence. I want a chicken named Clarence.
Oh my God, so if you get a chicken, you're going to name it Clarence.
I don't know. There's going to have like 20 names.
I mean, we could always turn that new thing into a chicken coop too.
We could buy another one. They're only $50.
Fucking buy two. Fuck it.
We'll put it in a fuck it bucket.
So anyway, hi, both listeners. How's things going? Hope you're all well.
I know we're losing listeners. It's weird. We used to have
because
a lot
we
more.
sucked lately.
Yeah.
The shows have sucked lately. Even though I have a friend, he's like, "Oh, it was a good episode." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I just haven't felt good energy."
No. Okay. Well,
because we were always tired because you were doing different stupid shit, and
you said you blamed it on me.
I did.
Okay. Well,
you should open that door back up again because it's hot, and I had a nice breeze going, and it felt great.
Fine. Here. Done.
I know. I was thinking about that. You know, you have like a bunch of listeners that are yours from your massage cast. You should probably get rid of us. Dump us completely.
Yeah.
And move us. That way you don't, people, because people people like people rubbing, they don't necessarily like us.
But I have a plan, Stan, for when I'm going to do that. That was my toes on this stool. I was not farting.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay. It was like...
Sound like a fart?
Yeah, listen.
Nope.
So, okay. I have a plan where I will start putting our videos on the When Wife Gives You Lemons, and then I'll start building it that way, because I do want to bring happy endings back. It's about time.
It's been time.
No, because of COVID, and it's getting it sucks because it was getting close, and I actually had a couple people on the line, and then COVID started happening
on
again.
The line?
On the line.
Not online.
No, on the line.
On the line?
On the line. Yes. Like I had like Jessica, and I had a couple people who were like, "Yeah, let's do
Exchangeogram."
Yeah. Okay, but I had to tell you what just happened and made me laugh out loud. So Brodie likes to poop in our bathroom because our bathroom has.
Yeah, we're gonna have to discuss that.
Okay. Well, shut up. Listen. Stop. Get off your phone and listen.
I was trying to find the note I wrote down.
Okay, because this is funny. This just happened. Brodie is walking into our bathroom with his little TikTok on. And Farley is following him. And Brodie turns around and goes, "Oh, dude, you don't want to follow me on this adventure." And
he did. Okay, so on that same note, the note I wrote down, I thought I would remember just by this, but I just wrote pee-pee shrivel. Because Brodie said something about his gun. He's like, yeah, it's like the little balls, they're a little shriveled. They got little pee-pee shrivel syndrome. And I was all, what? Dude, you're 10.
But see...
He's 10, that's like, he's so in the know. He knows more than I knew at 10.
But that's what happens when you're the youngest. He's the youngest. I almost died today driving. I was drinking boba, and I sucked in a boba, and it hit the back of my throat, and I thought I was going to die. Brodie's all, your eyes went out of your head.
It's like when I ate that gummy, that freaking fruit snack, and you were already mad at me, and I was out in the driveway, and I freaking actually went to my knees all, I couldn't get it. I was like, oh my God. And if I suck down, there's another one on top of it. I'm fucked. I'm going to die. And Joy has no idea. And I was freaking out, and then I finally got it out.
I was freaking out because I was choking on boba. And Brodie, I was like, fuck, if I die, we're crashing. Like we were going to crash. Well, anyways, so now we're driving down San Martinez, and Brodie's all, Mom, do you think I could steer if like on this side? So I'm all, oh shit. He's like already plotting how to survive.
Yeah. He's already, Well, I used to, when I would walk with him at the racetrack to the liquor store, we'd walk up on the sidewalk, and I'd always make him walk to my inside so I could see. And I always made him hold my hand because I figured if I have no choice, I could fling him as high as I could in the air, and I'd take the smash. And then, he'll get fucked up because he'll hit the ground from like 10 feet in the air, but at least he'll survive.
I think it's cute. You think you can toss Farley or Brodie up 10 feet in the air.
When he was like 4, 3, 2,
1.
Blast off. That's what happened. That's how he got here. See what I did there?
You were there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he looks just like my sperm.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, if you blast it on a sock, you're like, oh my God, that looks just like the rest of the kids.
You know what? I will say all three of them look alike. It's weird. Yeah, I mean, Tyler's eyes are bigger than them, but
well, he's got his mom's brown eyes.
He does, but he's
full of shit.
I don't even want to talk about that kid.
Nah, he's a good kid.
Yeah,
he's fucked, but he's a good kid.
Anyway,
so I talked smack about my parents last week about they haven't even come to visit us, and then the next day it was like
the
very next day we're like, hi, we're here to visit you, and I was like, you motherfuckers,
you should give us a review,
a nice one.
I'll take a bad one right now. Fuck.
I'll give you a bad review. You want me to write you a bad review?
Review me, John. Yelp. Joy. How many stars?
I listened to wife.
No.
Oh,
Give me stars. Do this correctly.
3.
Ooh, 3 stars.
I listened to When Wife Gives You Lemons today. After listening, I really like the guy. I think he has a good voice and he's funny, but I think the problem might be Joy. She says she's full of joy, but she always seems to be angry at him. So my review is a 3. Otherwise, it would be a 5 if it was just John.
You should do a podcast called Just John.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Where you just talk
about myself.
About yourself. In the little blue. I hope it is blue. Is it blue? Or do we have to paint it?
Are we done with my review? You give me my review.
Okay. When Wife Gives You Lemons. 4.5 stars.
Fuck yeah.
I really, really like the banter back and forth, but you can
fancy.
But you can tell that Joy has to carry most of the conversation. Thank you. Oh, you're fuzzing us. You can tell that Joy has to carry most of the conversation. I'm not really sure what she sees in John. Their marriage does seem secure, but it's mostly because you can tell she puts in a lot of work and she doesn't like failure. Joy is very intelligent and funny, and I would love to see her on stage. And I would love to meet John just to tell him how lucky he is to have her. A Wife Gives You Lemons, 4.5 stars. 5 if John would shut the fuck up.
Dear Yelp. P.S. I wanted to add to my last review. I think John has a huge personality. That's why Joy likes him.
Oh, you made my eye twitch. Did you see it?
Your tard came out. Oh my God, my little autistic baby.
I could be autistic. It would make sense.
It does. You look like it when we're doing it.
Okay, but
just kidding. That was fucked up.
What we were talking about in the beginning is John and I bought a kid on Wayfair. It's blue. Well, no, we bought a shed. Okay,
we think we bought a shed.
We have a shed. We have a 10 shed that for some reason John just does not like and will not build. So I found this shed, and it's really cute on Wayfair. And if it is what it says it is, then we will be building it in our backyard, and that is where we'll have our podcast
It's going to be the size of a fucking dollhouse.
Oh, my God. What if it's 10 by 10 inches? What if it's 10 inches by 10 inches and not...
Then
Did you check?
No, that's your job.
No, I gave it to you. Okay. Anyway, so...
Oh, my God. I think you fucked up.
I think
you have a fucking Barbie doll house for your fucking self.
Wait, how big is 10 inches?
That would be, as I'm holding my hands out, somewhere around that.
I bet that's what it is.
That's
anyway,
actually probably more like 16, but that's cool.
That seems big. Okay, so yeah. But if we do, we'll have a podcast studio, which would be very cool because I really want to use the cameras and for John reason, for some reason.
Because look at my race bench.
So, who
It's a hot
cares?
mess.
So,
It looks like we squirted all over it. There's nothing there.
well, now I'm all freaked out. Okay.
Why are you freaked out? Because it's 10 inches?
Yeah. That'd be okay. That'd be fucking hilarious. I don't care.
Well, if it is 10 foot by 10 foot, which it might be,
but how
that's
high?
great.
Oh my god! What if it's 10 foot by 10 foot? And
By like 2 foot tall.
yeah.
So all you have to, oh my God, then we'll feel like we went to like Shrinkland.
Shrinkland. Not Lilliput. Not Oompa Loompa.
Lilliput?
Yeah.
What's Lilliput?
Have you never read Gulliver's Travels?
I mean, I know of it. I
Well,
know
then
the
don't
story.
don't say
but
Lilliput like I'm done.
know. But I don't know what that is.
Lilliput was where the small people were, and then the big people were.
That'd be like, dude, you know Mr. Mustard?
You're such an. Okay.
Fucking right.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyways,
So we've been sucking lately. That's why nobody's been listening, because we're like, man, these motherfuckers are boring as fuck lately. So y'all can eat a dick. I'm back.
Ooh.
And I feel better.
I do too.
I'm all over. My friend got COVID. And he's vaccinated.
Bro Dingnag is the one with the giant.
And we were all around him, but he's the only one that got it.
Yeah, well, also you can go to CVS and buy a at-home COVID test for $30. And
We've
there's
got
2 in the box.
dose.
Because
So what were you finding out? What were you looking up?
oh,
there?
I was just looking up. Lilliput's the little one. I was looking with the giants.
Lilliput. That sounds stupid.
Okay, well,
That's dumb, Joy.
you're dumb, John.
Ooh. Oh, go ahead.
I forgot to mention this last week, but I'm going to mention it this week, and I'm going to we've given him shout outs before, but Matt is the badass. He's our friend. We love him.
Matt from Tony Matt?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen Matt forever. Love Matt.
Miss him. I miss his girlfriend
You're
Angela.
giving him a shout out so he won't listen, or
No.
are you forcing him to listen? Matt, you're being forced to listen. Fucking listen, motherfucker.
Can I speak? Anyway.
Hope to see you soon, buddy. Would you quit fucking slacking and say something? Holy shit.
Last week, Matt goes, hey, Joeydiaz and Eleanor talked about you on Joeydiaz's podcast, and he sent me the link, or he sent me the shot of it, the video, and fucking Joeydiaz, and it's talking about Tuesday nights at the Comedy Store and how it used to be fucking just the most badass night ever. And he's like, yeah, and there was this chick in the back and she was giving massages. And Eleanor's like, yeah. And he's like, she was super sweet, but I would never go back there. And Eleanor's like, no, it was Joy. And she's awesome. She wanted to be a comedian, and that's how she got in. So fucking first of all, Eleanor remembered my name was Joy, and then
that made you happy.
It made me very happy. So I got shouted out on fucking Joeydiaz's podcast.
And that's awesome, because Joeydiaz is rad.
And then,
so is Eleanor.
So is Eleanor.
Eleanor is one of the first nice people that we really met at the Comedy Store, who like took us around and like made us feel cool, special.
Eleanor took us down into the basement.
That's what I'm saying.
And that
like,
was so fucking cool.
She made us feel special.
Like, I'll never forget that night. That was so cool. It was my birthday, too. And I gave her a breaking faith.
So remember last week?
Yeah.
And we were talking about...
I don't remember. We were
You said
fighting.
something about... Well, we were talking about little people or something, and midgets or something.
Okay.
Right. And then you said something about... You said you made a Gary Foster joke.
Yeah.
Because there was a song called Gary Foster, World's Greatest Midget Tosser, from a dude named Stephen Lynch. And you said something, but nobody got the joke. So for whatever reason, the next day on my Facebook feed, Micromania Midget Wrestling popped up on my page.
Oh, no.
And I think we need to go see that. It's in Bakersfield.
Let's do it. Of course it's in Bakersfield.
There's 48 people going and 321 people interested in going. I think we should go see midgets get down.
That would be awesome. Did I ever tell you about the first time
Think about how much we'd have to talk about after that.
That's true. We still need to taste test your balls. That still needs to happen.
I know.
So freaking...
We got sidetracked.
The first time I met Brad Williams. No, it wasn't the first time, but it's like the first time Brad Williams and I actually were talking to each other. And I was in the green room with my my chair, and Brad goes, "Hey, can I get a massage?" And I looked at him and I go, "Yeah, saddle up, cowboy." I never say stuff like that.
And
that makes no sense. Saddle up, cowboy would never come out of my mouth ever. And he looked at me and I go, "Oh, I made that weird." And he's like, yeah, you did. And I'm all, "I don't know why I said that." And he's like, "Nope, neither do I."
And then he probably never talked to you. He's like,
No, he did. And his wife was really nice because they had a baby and it was just really cool. So
I was reading this and it says, somebody wrote, when the first couple of seasons of Walking Dead came out, they were always complaining that why the population got so tiny. How did they know? Because 100 million, he said he figured it out. It was 100 million dumbasses that walked right up and said, "I will not live my life in fear." And that's how they got it. And I thought that shit was funny.
So my brother...
Probably wasn't very funny, but I thought it was funny.
My brother just texted me and he said... Okay, by the way, my brother's name in my phone is
Anal.
Anus. Because when Brodie was little, I was trying to get Brodie to call Adam Anus. And I was like, "Call him Anus." And Brodie just stood there. He must have been like 2 or 3 maybe. And I go, "Call him Anus." And still he stood there and I go, "Call him Anus." And it just kind of clicked in Brodie for a second. So Brodie goes, "Anus." Like... Like it caught up to him.
It was always my favorite when the little kids are always like, "Back."
I love
and you're
it
like,
when
"Oh
kids
my
go.
God, that's amazing."
Okay, so Anus just texted me and he said, "I walked through the door and baby Ben looked at me and said, 'Hi, Daddy,' for the first time ever, and I almost cried like a wee bitch. I just wanted to share that with somebody."
Well, so now that we've aired that out to all 4 listeners, I want to go ahead and tell you, Adam, you're a bitch.
Oh, he's a wee bitch.
You're a little wee bitch.
You're a little wee bitch.
And Disney movies will never be the same for you, you fucking pussy.
Okay,
I can't watch a goddamn Disney. Oh my God, I watched that fucking 8-minute fucking documentary about the disc golf guy, about his dad killing himself and how he's using disc golf as like, because it was him and his dad. And I fucking like teared up like a little bitch.
You are a bitch. That's why I married you, because I was like, this bitch will let me
wiped it
peg
all over
him.
your pillow. It was all salty.
You should see what I do to your pillow when you're gone.
I know, it smells. That's why the flies are on it.
You're an asshole.
I love you.
Okay, so the other night, do you ever like somehow like think of a memory and it fucking makes you laugh and you feel stupid because it's just you?
Oh my God. Yes.
So,
I mean, mine are mostly the trauma, like the fuck up on the lip syncing that one time,
okay.
and the choking in front of everybody at freaking school and like doing an oral report or something, or being called on to read and you read good, but you're like
the beer.
And you're like, "Oh my God," and they're like, "Oh my God, that guy can't read."
The beer licked it in.
Look at that poor little
the
kid.
Honey.
I used to have fucking different fucking socks on all the time. Like I had to wear the tube socks, you know, and you'd wear them tall, and I'd have like blue and red stripes, and then my other one would be like orange and green.
So
it was a different time.
Okay.
It was the 70s.
Okay. Well. Okay.
My OP shorts.
So the other night, I was thinking of something, and then I remembered.
Excuse me.
This time, we were at the Comedy Store. I don't even know if you were there, but I was with my friend Emily, and we were in the belly room. And the belly room has this like top area. It's not like a mezzanine, but kinda. But it has a step down, and then there's like bench seats on the back of the wall, and then there's seats in front of like a little bar. It's where they do roast battle. But I was behind Emily and she stepped into the mezzanine area, but she forgot there was a step down. So she fell and she like knocked into this guy's chair. So he's all, "What?" But as she was falling and she knocked into his chair, she clocked him in the back of the head. So not only did she push him,
punched him.
She slugged him so hard in the back of the head. And he's looking around, but she's on the ground. So it's like
He got hit by a ghost. That's funny.
And I go, oh my God. And I'm just like laughing. And there's somebody on stage and they're all, what the fuck just happened? And I'm all, oh my God. And it was so.
Did you run out?
I didn't. I was, and then everybody's like, are you okay? And they're helping her. I didn't help her up. I didn't do anything.
Kind of like
laughed.
when you ate shit in the house and I laughed at you.
Yes. But it was funny because I just remember that guy's face when she clocked him in the back of the head and you were sleeping and I'm all and I'm laughing and I was like, oh God, I hope he doesn't wake up because he's not going to understand what's happening.
So I fell on the tee yesterday. Playing disc golf. I was trying to get too hard.
Is that why your back's hurting?
No, my back was hurting before that.
Did you? Okay.
No, it was hurting last week. But I tried to get a little extra, and it was a little bit soft, and my foot slid in the sun, kind of sunk in the sand, and I freaking fell like a little sack of potatoes. Everybody laughed at me.
Aww.
Big fat guy falling down. It sounds. It hurts. So what are you doing?
I am looking at my notes.
You don't have notes?
I do.
I already said my one note. It was pee-pee shrivel. And it would have been much funnier if I would have wrote down the whole thing, but I didn't.
Okay, well, I had a really bad day the other week because, yeah, that made sense. Because you were in my car, so I was in your car, so that already, like, fucked everything up. And then you took my debit card and left your debit card.
I know, that was messed up.
Everything was just wrong and off. So I bought something and I stuck your debit card in my pocket. And then I put it on the bathroom vanity because I'm like, oh, I'll be brushing my teeth and doing my hair, so I'll see your debit card, stick it back in my pocket. I didn't. So then I'm driving and I get to work and and I have my patient naked on the bed and I look around my room and I go, I don't have any lotion in here.
You unprofessional fuck.
And I have like extra lotions in my car for this exact reason, but I didn't have my car. So I'm all, oh my God. So then I get in your car and I go, I'll be right back. And she's like, it's okay, honey. And she's like, I'll just, I'm going to text a couple people. So I start driving out and then I'm like, I don't have a debit card.
Oh, I hate that feeling.
I was like, I have no money to buy
you don't have anything.
Lotion.
Nothing.
And I have so I pulled back in and thankfully it's she's family basically. So I'm all, hey, can I get my tip now? And she's like, oh, honey, yeah, well, how much do you need? And I'm all, just my tip. And so she handed me my tip, and I go, I will be right back. And I had to go, and I had to use my tip money to buy lotion. Oh, it was awful. It was just, that's how my day started. And then I needed to get gas, and I didn't have a debt. I was like, oh my God, I just want to go home.
I chased a little bat around today.
Aw. I want a bat.
It was all lost. And it was actually really cute, like when it's all crawling on the ground. And I was like, okay, he's kind of cute.
Their faces are adorable.
And I was like, but he can't stay here. Because he was trying to, it's daytime, so he's trying to get in the dark areas. And he was trying to go toward the classroom, so I had to, scoop him and get him going. Then he ended up flying off and finding somewhere else to hang around the school. But he was little. He was, that big. Not like when I was, D-man carded. That one was massive, like an eagle.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was 12-inch wingspan.
So the other day, I was massaging this guy. He was odd. And he's like, so, Dr. Hong Kong told me that you do comedy. You should just tell me some of your bits. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. I go, no, just relax, get your massage. And he's like, no, I want to hear some stuff. So I started doing bits for him. Comedy and I was like, fuck. And he was laughing. I was like, I am good at this shit.
Was he pity laughing?
No, I don't think so. Stop it.
Hey, you stop it. Would you stop screaming at me? I'm so sick of you screaming at me.
So then anyway, he was talking to me and then he said something and I was like, ooh, I found a knot. And I'm like, what the fuck did you do here? And he's like, oh, well, I was training for a marathon. And I go, okay. And he's like, yeah, my friend got diagnosed with MS and I was going to run a marathon. And I told you this already. And I that's kind of fucked up. And he's like, what? And I go, the fact that you're running And they can't. And I was like, so basically you're like, hey, I'm going to do something you can't do and rub it in your face, but I'll give you money afterwards.
Why don't you go stand at the start-finish line? I'll see you guys when I get there.
And I was like, I don't know. That just seems so wrong to me. Like, hey, it would just be like, you know, I don't know, like people in wheelchairs and
That's
you're
not
like.
me beeping. Oh, that was you.
People
you
in
did
wheelchairs and you're like, hey, I'm going to run for you.
Hey, go ahead and wheel yourself to the other end.
It's not me. It's you.
Don't you tell them, you know, go ahead and...
It was funnier when I said it.
Tie a rope to the back of the car, wheel him up to the other end so he can hang out and wait for you.
I don't know. It just made me laugh. And then we were also talking about, like
I'm going to get canceled for that.
People who do, like, thoughts and prayers and stuff. And I was like...
All right,
basically,
I can go off on.
But okay, and Anthony Jeselnik has a very fantastic take on thoughts and prayers. It's actually one of my favorite bits that he's ever done, and I highly suggest listening to it. But my take, I have a different kind of take on it too, where when people are like thoughts and prayers, to me, basically it's saying, hey, I have a fantastic fucking life, so I'm just going to piggyback on your shit because you have enough to go around. It's like,
right?
It's wrong. It's just like when that Saga shooting happened, which, I don't know, like, people need the support and the attention when they're directly involved in that shit. Like, if you're not directly involved, you stay back. You don't deserve any of that attention.
But that's not how unfortunately, that's not how today's world is.
No, and it drives me nuts. It drives me absolutely batty. And somebody we know very well who may or may not be a part of our family or may not be a part of our friends, has a Saugus school sticker on the back of their car, and they did not go to Saugus, and it drives me. And
they're showing the support to the valley, I guess.
But I don't feel that's right.
There's a ton of the people where I work that have them.
I don't think that's right.
But we're all the same district.
It's just, to me, it's like, let
we're
the
all
people
one
who
family.
Okay, whatever, suck my dick. That's so hot.
You want me
what
to
did I
choke on
do
your
the
dick?
other day when you were like, oh my God, I want to... Oh, it was when I helped you move that generator.
You helped me lift that. It's like a 200-pound generator out. And I was like, I'm going to suck your dick.
That was so hot. That was like probably the sexiest thing you've ever said to me. It made me happy. So then... and then... I had to floss my dad's toes.
That's so gross. That's so gross.
Did anybody else? Okay, I'm just gonna...
I would take my dad's boots off for him.
Uh-huh.
But I wasn't flossing any toes. That's kind of gross.
Well, you had to take my dad's shoes off. You had to take his socks off. And then with the socks that you just took off that were still
that are
wet.
inside out, you have one end of in your fingers, the dirty end.
Uh-huh. And then you'd have to go...
And now you have a smelly, dirty feet on your fingers.
Yes. And then you would have to go through and...
I'm just going to go ahead and say that that's fucked up.
I know. But I never thought of it. He would just be like, floss my toes. And
well, you know what? Up until I was a teenager, I would always freaking have my mom clean my ears because I liked it.
It feels good.
Yeah, so I'd just lay on the side and she'd clean my ears for me.
Uh-huh.
Until last time she did it, something happened. There was a big bang or something, and I jumped and I jammed it in my ear and it hurt. And I was like, okay, we're done with that game.
We're not doing that anymore.
I was mad as hell. That hurt like fuck.
Oh, that's gross. That hurts. I have a weird ear thing. Yeah. That's about all I have. And I don't know if we really want to talk about this weekend because I feel weird about this weekend. So
why? Going to the family?
Yeah.
Let her sit.
No, just, I
know. Just let it sit.
Super spreader.
Yeah, let it sit.
You don't have anything else. You had one note, pee-pee shrink. That's all. Pee-pee shrivel.
Oh, no, and I talked about the WrestleMania midget thing in Bakersfield. That would be fun. But no, that's it. It's been a great podcast.
Wait, hold on. I think I have.
It's been real.
Stop, Jonathan.
And then I'll talk to you soon, I guess.
Shut up. Hold on.
I don't want to hold on. All you do is bitch at me.
Okay, I do have one more thing. So Amazon...
In closing.
Amazon drops off stuff here all the time. And they have this new thing where they take pictures to say, oh, this is where you're...
Just to prove that it got dropped off.
That it was delivered. So instead of Amazon taking a picture straight at the package in front of our garage, they took it from the side so you can see Farley's face
sticking out,
squished through between the fence post, like just trying as hard to just get his
so
big ass
friendly.
head out there, and his mouth is slightly open, so he was probably going. And oh my god, the picture made me fucking laugh.
Yeah, it was funny. We'll have to post that.
I will
up.
post that picture.
But it was funny. Enjoyed that.
Yes. All right, fine. We're done.
Let's call it.
Calling.
It was a good one.
I have to pee.
It was a fun one.
It was a fun
Thanks
one.
for having us.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Now, are you going to stop us? Or are you going to look at your phone?
Yeah. Well, are you going to say goodbye, or are you just going to fuck you?
Well, are you just going to say fuck you?
Fuck you, goodbye.